So Netivot Shalom Parashat Shoftim, page Kuftet, and the topic is Tzedek Tzedek Tirdof. So it says in the pasuk Tzedek Tzedek, right? So justice, justice you should chase in order for you to live and inherit the land. And Onkelos translate. Actually, Onkelos is not a translation; it's an interpretation. So instead of literally translating justice, Onkelos write in Aramaic, kushta kushta. Basically, kushta is true. So truth, true, you should chase, run after. ועמדו בזה. And they was asking question, what does it mean? שהרי האמת אחת היא, right? We have one truth. The Torah is true, Hashem is true. So why we need to say double? Kushta kushta. על דרך זה יש להביא מאמר חז"ל. So we need to understand according to that way. והמשכילים יזהירו כזוהר הרקיע. So the maskilim are the wise people, well, basically the judges, they will glow like heaven glow. And they said, זה דיין שדן דין אמת לאמיתו. It's talking about a judge that is making his judgment true. And it's a question. What's the big deal? Of course he needs to have a true judgment. This is what he's doing, right? That is his job. So why is mean the truth of the truth? Until that they were saying about, right, that the maskilim yaziru, it will glow like the heaven glow. So he said, הרי זה דבר מובן, again, it's basics, right? That the judge needs to have a true judgment. So he said, so it's a question. Why the Torah is like mentioning that, and why our sages are actually saying about that he's a judge and he's doing a true judge. Wow, so he needs to glow like the heavens. That's his job. And also we need to explain what our sages says in Masechet Shabbat, right? Kol dayan shedan din emet la'amito. Any judge that have a true judgment to the truth become a partner with Hashem in the creation, which is a very high level. And we need to understand, like, why it's so important and significant that because he have a true judgment, then he became like a partner with Hashem and is gaining such kind of high level. So we have a few questions here. והעניין כדאית בתורת אבות, and said in Torah Avot on this verse, יש מדרגה של אמת, there is a level of truth, שהיא מצד הארת הדעת והמוח. The truth comes from the wisdom and from the brain. And above that, there is another level in the truth, which is coming from that point of the heart, that the heart feel, right? Because the heart is a place of emotion. So the heart feel that this is the truth. And by having the truth from the wisdom and from the brain and from the heart that feel, then he will achieve another level of truth that should be in all its body parts. And this is the explanation of one of them for kushta kushta tiradif, like you should chase the truth twice. Kushta, so the truth. אם הקדוש ברוך הוא עזר ליהודי וזכה לאמת מצד הרת הדת. Really, if a Jew have the help from Hashem and he is helping him, then he will have the truth from the side of the dat, from the wisdom and the heart. And the second time when the Torah is mentioned kushta, right, the true or tzedek, that should be bringing into the enlighten of the heart in order for him to live. So he will have that vitality. Because our main vitality in the Gedusha, right, spiritual vitality, spiritual Gedusha, which is holiness, it's in the heart. And then we'll be able to inherit the land. So the land, not literally the land of Israel, this is of course, but they were talking about Hasidut, right? It's a spiritual learning. But by having Hashem helping us to gain the truth from our wisdom, from our dat, bringing us to understand or to know the truth from the heart, then we will be able to have all the materialistic thing, all the physical thing, all the chomer, right? Bringing them also to the truth, to that level. Right? So now we can see that in the truth, we have different level from his foot until the top of his head, in the heart, in the brain, right, in the body parts. בדרך שמרו צדיקים, and our sages says, כשיש שקר בפה, we can lie with our mouth, saying lies, and also there is a lie in the body, that you make a movement of sheker, like saying somebody wait, but you know that you were never going to come back to me, right? So it's a body making a lie. And also many other examples that we can think about. So as it says in the Ma'amar Maran Rav Melochovich, like we should chase the truth. So to look for the truth truly, because sometimes we don't really look for the truth. We're searching, but not seriously. And the importance of the truth we found in the verses, right? Right? We talk about Hashem, that his words are true and they exist forever. And the Torah also called, the title of the Torah is Emet, right? As it says in the Micha, right? In the Navi, Titen Emet leYaakov, Chesed leAvraham, right? Charity or kindness to Abraham, and then Emet leYaakov. So it's the Torah. The Chenktiv in Mishlei, Sfat Emet Techol La'ad, somebody that speaks the truth will again last forever. And our sages, Rabotenu HaKadoshim, explain, Afilu Safa, which means the lips, like an edge, something a little bit, a point or something. If it's really true, then that will last forever. And the opposite, our sages says, Netivot Shalom Devarim, we should be keeping away from lies, because a lie keeps us away from Hashem. And the explanation in all of this, Kedaita, right, as it says, so we learned that Hashem wanted to have a place in the Tachtonim, right? The Rabba Tachtonim. Hashem wanted to have a place to dwell here in this world, right? Metaphorically. So this world is called Olam HaSheker, the world of lying. Also the word itself, Olam, the Ayin Lam and Mem, is the root of E'alem, something that is hidden, is disappeared, you don't see it. And this world is called the world of light. So the purpose of the creation, that within this world of light, Hashem will have a place to dwell, which is look like a huge contradiction, but actually it's not, because this is how Hashem wanted to be here, in the point of a truth in the whole lie that we have in this world. In the same context of Kush Tatir, that we should really truly search for the truth, that it should be true from the foot until the head, an enlightening of the heart and the brain and the body, in order for us to live and to inherit the land, which means that we will inherit all the chomer, all the gashmi. And therefore, a judgment that he's judging according to the real truth of the truth, he become a partner with Hashem in the creation. And he's again including it, as we said, the maskilim yaziru kezor, that he will glow like the heaven. And Piresh, and he explained what does it mean emet la'amito. So the same way that in Avodat Hashem, we have all the level of emet that we learn, the level of emet from the brain, from the heart, and from the body. Then also the judge that he is judging, he have also levels. Some judges can understand with their heart, right, with the wisdom, that this is the truth, according to what they learn. This is the Din Torah. That's it, right? So that's why we say, for example, that emotional people, very difficult for them to be judges, because you need to look at the dry law about the rule and restriction. There's no place for emotions. So this is one type of a judge. Another type, he feels that in the heart, but like he understands and he look at the rules and the restriction and the laws and everything, and he know that this is how it should be, but in the heart he feels that something here is wrong. And some really actually can feel with their heart that this is the truth. So again, we have levels in judges. And there is one that all his being and existence, his reality, he feels that everything, right, that this is the din emet, this is the true judgment. And then if we get to that level, then it will be the maskilim yaziru kezor hakiyah, which will be like a judge that actually is glowing in heaven, because he is having the truth of the truth, in the level that everything is true. His heart, his mind, everything is aligned. And therefore he become a partner with Hashem in the creation, because this is the purpose, because Hashem wanted to have a place to dwell here in this world, the world of lie, and Hashem is all true. So Hashem is like a point of truth in this world. So a judge that his brain, wisdom, ashkafa, heart, body is all true, then he becomes like a partner with Hashem, because he actually fulfilling the purpose of the creation, to have a point of truth here in this world, which is Hashem. He said, it's also included the words right in the Emet, En ba'avodat Hashem, ne'emar tzedek tzedek tirdof. Right, so in avodat Hashem, he said that we need to look for the truth, for the justice, and also for a judge that he needs to look at it. Right, kushta kushta, because that's the purpose of the creation. And if there is something which is a lie, then that's it. Then it's an opposite of the purpose of the creation. And this is the explanation when we said the pasuk titen emet la Yaakov. It's talking about the Torah, because how truly a person can actually achieve in the world of life for the truth of the truth, only by learning the Torah, only by the Torah, which is titen emet la Yaakov. You know, the word emet is aleph mem taf, which is the first letter, the middle letter, and the last letter, to show you that everything has to be encapsulated. Everything is, the truth is everything. So koach HaTorah, the strength of the Torah, bring a Jew to the point of the truth, and that judge to have a real judgment. And also it's hinted in Lashon Din Emet Lamito, right? We learned it before. There was a story. I think it was, they're bringing it from the Baal Shem Tov, if I'm not wrong, that once there were two guys that one sue each other, right? That one. And the one that was Chayav, right? So the one that was Chayav, the one that were the judge actually have against him, he claimed, he said, look, I believe and I know that your judgment is true. And this is according to the Din Emet and the Torah and everything is Emet. However, but I know that these things, never happened. And I'm still like, it's wrong. So I understand that your judgment was a true judgment, but I know because I'm that person that something here is wrong. It doesn't work. How you can reconcile between the known truth and the other truth that we have. So the Dayan, the judge, told him that he know that these two guys were already been in this world in a previous reincarnation, and one still from his friend. In the Bedin of heaven, the verdict was that they both need to go down to this world to reincarnate in order for one to pay him. So whatever happened here, it looked like maybe he didn't really steal from him, or really he was not owing money for him, because if he would owe him money, then it mean that he's not going to pay him from the last time. It needs to be facilitated in a way that he really pay money that he doesn't owe him. So whatever was the reason, he damaged something, maybe he did something. So the judge knew that it's from the previous incarnation. So this is a story, right? It's a hint for us to understand that Hashem, Mesavev HaSibot, Hashem that create all the reasons and everything, right? That according to the Din Torah, he should be obligated to pay him his chayav. So this is how we reconcile. So according to the Din Torah, he's really chayav, but according to the other truth that really he didn't do anything that should be paying to the other guy, but that was previous reincarnation. This is what the Din Emet Lamito, the truth of the truth, because we don't see with our eyes or the stories that we know here what happened. We know only one side of the story, right? Everybody said that the coin have two sides. Actually, it had three sides: up, down, and and the sides, right? So we see only one side. So the truth of the upper world, this is actually the one that really concur. This is the one that obligated him to pay to the other. And he says, according to Mefarshim, they explain the Zohar on the pasuk ve'ele mishpatim asher tasim lifnem. These are the law that you will put in front of them. And Onkelos, again, he translates to actually interpret ve'alein dinah detisader kadmeon ve'ita al zebado. So he said, these are the law that you will put in front of them. So the Zohar actually says by Rabbi Shimon, Elen Inun Sidurim de Gilgalia Razadi. These are actually the secret of the reincarnation, the laws and the rules. According, why? Because it said, Keperush Tesader Kadmeon, it's like it will be organized or put in the right place or put in the order, something that was already long time ago. It said it's a hint of the previous generation. And this is the secret of the reincarnation, because in the previous one soul owed to another soul, and they came down to this world in order to pay back the debt, because the balance have to be zero. You cannot owe money. And this is what it says, tzedek, tzedek, tirdof. This is how we can explain why the Torah mentioned twice or double the word truth, which Onkelos, right? He translated the word truth from tzedek, from justice. And according to that, we need to pay in order for us to get to the final fix, because there are so many stories about people that die and appear in a dream to their relative and asking them to go and pay the debt that they were owing to a grocery shop or a barber, shoemaker, whatever. I'm Malka. So, Bezrat Hashem, we will also know the how to get to the truth of the truth. Shkoyach.